making cars moves us. What moves you?
Calvo Select Care is opposed to a measure that would end the practice of awarding exclusive health insurance contracts to one company. Currently, Select Care is the only health insurance provider for GovGuam employees and retirees. If Bill 81 were passed and signed into law, that would change. The measure would allow GovGuam to select a list of qualified health insurance providers that meet certain standards. Then, GovGuam employees and retirees would be able to pick their provider from that list. Select Care Health Plan Administrator Frank Campillo testified in opposition to the measure, citing numerous issues. For example, the bill cites the fact that the federal government allows its employees to pick from a list of pre-qualified insurers, but Campillo says that their qualification requirements are far more stringent than GovGuam's.
The bill seems to indicate that there is little, if any, review of the applicants that are submitting proposals to the federal government, but there is a significant amount of review, and also just because you may be sound for one specific purpose, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're specifically sound for the federal government.
Campillo also said that more insurance carriers create more volatility in the marketplace, volatility that led to the exodus of several insurance carriers in past years.
You talked about how when there's more carriers, there's more volatility, and so it puts more risk to the insurance company and creates more cost to the consumer. Does that mean then that Select Care does not participate in any plan offerings when there are more than one carrier?
Good question, Senator. We actually try not to. Very, very seldom we do that, even in the commercial market, simply because of that volatility, the higher risk, the fact that in fact, just recently, one of the large commercial institutions in the island, we actually had to say, I'm sorry, we won't be able to participate in your offers, basically because of that.
However, Select Care does participate in the federal government's program that allows other insurers to participate as well.
The federal government on Guam, the system that you're working with here, how many people are you dealing with, or potentially are in that pool?
The total is about, with our dependents, it's about 8,500.
And is that larger or smaller than GovGuam?
It's about as large as GovGuam. That is small pool of 8,500.
So it would
the premiums are as larger than GovGuam actually.
Yeah, but the thing is that we're dealing with similar pools.
Bill 81 is very similar to Bill 513 that was introduced during the last legislature. Deputy Attorney General Phil Tadinko says that this latest version has addressed just about all of the issues that the AG's office had with the older version. However, he recommended adding an expedited procurement protest procedure to the bill so that GovGuam doesn't end up in the circumstance that they did last year.
As you know, under our current protest procedures, it can take anywhere from, 6 months to 2 years to resolve a protest. And we certainly don't want to fall into the circumstances where we have to rely on the HIPAA law again, and you end up with the same circumstances as you have today.
Last year, the health insurance contract was under procurement protest that resulted in the DOA director granting an extension of the existing contract with Calvo Select Care at the same premium levels for 12 months, citing the guaranteed renewability provisions in the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA. This means GovGuam was not able to renegotiate the terms of the contract.